I believe we all were inspired by something when we were kids, but when we get older, we fall into a belief of different perceptions and we lose the sense of creativity. I know that I was inspired before I was aware of the inspiration, but I didn't know how to express myself. As soon as I found out that life is teaching me to express my creativity, I started following the flow of life, and I was always rewarded by it more than I could ever imagine. This is a story of my inspiration. I also believe that everything is love, and also what we think that is not love is just the language of love to teach us how to get back to love. Love is my biggest inspiration, and I don't mean love as what we know as a pleasure or something we experience with another person. Love, I mean as a highest form of happiness. Because every time when I'm drawing, painting, writing, walking, or whatever I'm doing creatively, whatever inspires me, I feel such happiness that it's hard to describe it with other words. People started describing that feeling as unconditional love, and I think it's the best way to explain that feeling. I also love how everything in life is connected by that same force, and that is again inspiration to me. I believe we are all here as one experience, learning different lessons through each individual, and on us is if we will feel as we are all connected, or we will create even bigger separation between all of us. As an artist, I can tell you that when I'm creating, I feel as I am me, you, and everything around me and you. And when I stop creating, I feel separated again. So I believe that our purpose is to create, because that's what is connecting us. Creativity is pure love, and love is my inspiration. So enjoy watching this video, my friends. For me, I was always fascinated about how everything is connected, and if, like, for example, I change a perspective of something, it also changed. I want to say, like, when I started looking on people differently, those people started also treating me differently. And all those different things in life are inspiring me. So I started researching more about why this is happening, and I came across this so-called new science, and which is bridging the spirituality and science, and they're like proving how things in nature are somehow connected. We can't truly prove it, but somehow we can measure different electromagnetic waves and things like that, and all those different things inspire me to create. So that's why you can see in my paintings like roots, energies, energy waves, human heart, which is like our human heart is like creating the strongest electromagnetic signals, and people who are happy with their lives, who are in love with life, those people are healthy people. They don't have any diseases in their bodies, or they are not depressed or stressed. They are truly happy, and they are living like a heaven on earth. And it again inspires me to create. So every time when I'm talking with certain people who are really happy with their lives and who are like example for how to live a happy life, I soon get a new vision of how I could represent it on canvas, how I could transform this message onto canvas. Because like when we are talking with those really amazing emotions, when we are exchanging the different positive emotions which inspires us and lifting us, I always search for ways how to put them onto canvas. So those different positive emotions can be shown on the painting, on the picture. So always when we look in the picture, we can feel those emotions. So a painting can be a mirror to waking up our positive emotions, which it can always help us to remember more about who we truly are. And again, this is another inspiration. I want to put something positive out to the world, to the humanity, to not to learn from it, but more to remember what we forgot while we are here. For me it's so powerful, because every time when I see a certain painting which I could not create with my thoughts, I could not like imagine it while I would be sitting here and thinking, oh, what I want to create now, what I want to create, what I want to create. I could never imagine a painting like this. So I'm always grateful for those different artworks, because they came to me through a vision which was not created by my thoughts. And the difference here, like between hallucinating and a vision, is that hallucinations are coming from our thoughts when we are so stressed and so lost in our different thinking processes that we are starting to imagining those thoughts like a living vision. And those visions are coming like beyond our imagination, like something is communicating with us. And that's my huge inspiration to research this power of creative energy, power of creativity, power of human imagination. The whole thing with human imagination is inspiring me as well. So I think I could say like life is inspiring me. And I found out that like when we are sad, there is no time to create, there is no possibility to be creative and to get lost in this imagination process, you know, when we are imagining something to create. But when we are truly happy, like for example when I'm listening certain music which brings me positive emotions, and I get like my imagination it's opening, and I'm getting more and more creative. And sometimes when I'm listening certain music, I can just imagine it as a picture, like something that this artist is singing. I can see it as a picture, and then I draw it or I paint it, or you know, however at that moment I want to express it as fast as I can, so I will not forget it. So I'm also inspired by other people who are inspiring, and I can be inspired by you, by seeing your development in life, because that's how we can show others how much is possible in life, how much we can truly change, you know. Because if our development starts at the moment before we were born, like first 9 months, when we are communicating with emotions of our mothers, like if our mothers are at that moment stressed and angry and in fear, also we will be born with that program, because our body will create a certain system which can adapt to all that fear and stress and different situations. We will be prepared for that. So because we will be prepared for that, we will not know what is love, we will not know how to be grateful. And once we see that, if we can change from that person which was in fear and in anger and stress to a person who feels love for life and who is grateful, when we experience this change, or when we can see somebody who went from that kind of person to that kind of person, it's a huge inspiration again for me. And again, when I'm talking with that kind of person, again I can see a picture how to represent it on canvas. So again we can remember it while watching a painting. And maybe it can explain why you are feeling how you are feeling while you are watching paintings like this. It's not that I'm the only artist who is doing that. There's like many different artists, visionary artists or intuitive artists, or whatever layer you want to put on a certain guy who is doing something like that. It's like, it's a huge gift we are giving to ourselves while we are doing something like that. If doesn't matter how we are expressing ourselves. It can be painting, drawing, like many times I'm saying it, dancing, writing, singing, talking, whatever kind of expression it is, doesn't matter what kind of form you're using for expressing your emotions and your state of being. The most important is that we are doing this, because that's how we are developing, that's how we are growing. And I feel like if we are not growing, if we are not developing, we are falling. And while we are falling, we are losing the sense of who we truly are. We are losing a feeling or a voice of our inner selves. And more we are falling, more we are separated from our true being. And I want to give with my art that to remind everybody who is observing those paintings to decide for a journey where you can grow, to decide for a journey where you will be developing yourself, when you will be walking towards your own truth. Not the truth that I'm talking about, not the truth that somebody else is talking about, but the truth that you feel is the truth for you. Because if we are like researching different books of religion or science or spirituality or ancient traditions, each different book is talking of certain truth. But if we connect all those different books, we see that they are all talking about one and the same thing. Some will say universe, some will say intuition, some will say God, some will say quantum field, some will say source of energy. But those are just different words for one and the same thing, and that's the truth. The truth is, it lays beyond all the words, beyond all the thoughts, beyond our feelings and emotions. And my mission is to represent that truth on the canvas. And sometimes in words, sometimes in writing, whatever feels for me at certain moment that I want to express. So that all those different things are my inspiration. And I'm so grateful for everyone who is feeling it, because it shows how open you are, that you can recognize it. Because like so many people are asking me from where you are getting all those ideas. Like sometimes when I'm having exhibitions or when I'm showing my art to different people, they are so interested, and then they ask from where you are getting those different ideas, different visions, how is it possible? And at that moment also I don't know what to say sometimes, because I don't know, are you prepared for the answer which I will give you, or I better say I just know what I need to do. But there is answer to each question, and I think like by my growth, my art is growing, and every time when I'm experiencing my own development, I got a new idea to express it on canvas. So my art also can represent my own personal growth, personal and spiritual growth, and that's what I'm giving to you. I'm giving to you glimpses of my spiritual growth, of my spirit. And again, it's another inspiration, like I think we can connect here, that a spiritual, a physical, a mental growth is an inspiration to create. So more we are growing, more we are creative, because more things we have, more knowledge we have to express through our emotions, because through our emotions we can recognize when something is good for us and when something is not good for us, because we are experiencing different emotions. So emotions, I mean the events or things in our lives which elevate the emotions of love and gratitude and joy and peace, that's what we need to develop. And developing those things which brings us joy and all other positive emotions will also inspire us to do more of it, and we will develop it. Like I'm developing my painting or my drawings or whatever I'm doing, I'm developing by that it. And I always feel so alive when I'm doing it. It's like amazing, it's hard to express. And I think right now, like it was this coronavirus right now, and many people went through those shifts, and I feel right now there's so much creative energy, because so many people went through all those hard moments, but now we are waking up, and I feel so much creative energy which I haven't felt for I don't know, since like I don't know if I ever felt so much creative energy which I'm feeling right now. So that's why I'm dedicating so much of my time right now just to draw, to paint, to create. And I want to encourage you with that, to be more aware right now of the energies, be more aware of how you feel at this moment, because maybe it's not just me that I'm experiencing it. Maybe globally there's a lot of creative energy right now, because it is a time to create something new. It is a time to change what we've been living all those times till now, because all the systems are changing, and maybe there is a reason for it. It's always a reason for it. Nothing is happening without a reason, and I think it's not just me who is feeling that creative energy. So I hope this video answered your questions about what inspired me, and I want to hear from you what inspired you to create, to see how much we are connected, if we are walking the same journey or a similar journey. So I'm sending you all blessings and love. I'm sending you lots of creative energy. Have a beautiful time, my friends. And if you have any more questions, just write in the comments below and I will answer to you. Peace and love, my friends. Namaste.